He wants 20 years on it, and he wants sound system and all the blah blah this. And when I looked one evening, a friend called me and said, "Have you been by East Street South Police Station?" I said, "No." He said, "Drive there and drive back home then." So I drove to the station, and here it is, the 2007 Ford Escape Park in East Street South Police Station yard. I'm like, "Yo, what happened?" He said, "They carry Leonard from there, from home with the Jeep." I said, "Okay, wow." So here it is now. We have our own inside man in the stolen vehicles department, because we had a link where if I thief your car, I make a call and say, "Look here, license plate number blah 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 blah. I got that. Don't watch that." And they say, "All right, that's cool. I can pick it up." Whatever they wanted, if they wanted phone to give to their sweethearts, or they wanted money or whatever, we made sure they had it. They used to buy how they didn't have to touch their paychecks because we kept them fat. So here it is now. Our links on the inside said, "Hey, y'all need to do something, because this guy that they have in here, he talking." I was like, "Lord, what do I do?" My father's an ex-police, so I called him and I was like, "Dad, you talked to me, you told me about this, and I didn't listen. I said, now I need your help." He said, "Buddy, when you run with wolves, you got to learn how to howl. Because if you don't learn how to howl, they can eat you." So in other words, he was telling me, "You're too far gone. I can't help you no more. For me to come and help you, it will jeopardize my integrity, and I can't allow that. Because before you got there, I was talking to you." So kids, I want to tell you, it may seem hard, but listen to your parents. Listen to those who have authority over you. Learn to respect authority. It got to that point where I said to myself, at least it wasn't myself. Every day that I went out, I never stopped praying and asking God to guide me and protect me. There were days, I remember one time I had an order for about $10,000. Sent this girl to the bank to get a loan for 10 grand to get a car. And I was like, "Lord, this is the kind of car I need." First thing that morning, bang! That's the car I saw. Wow! In no time, 10 grand, easy. So I never stopped praying. I always knew how to give God praise and how to pray and stuff. And so that day I was like, "Lord, what do I do?" He said, "Buddy, the best thing you could do right now is turn yourself in. Because if you don't turn yourself in, they can kill you." I was already a menace. The parking lot up on by the post office in town, that used to be my playground. Some days, for the week, I used to do like 8 cars out of there for the week. Some days I used to do like 3 cars for the day. And the police were tired of me then, because I already had 2 cases for this. So at this point, they was like, "You know what? We can't stop him. We can take him out." And my mom called and said, "Mandel, where are you?" I said, "To be honest with you, I know they on the phone. They got my phone down. So I can tell you and I can tell them. I in between my house and the airport. You all decide which one of them I go into." And I made up my mind. I said, "You know what, God? Only you could help me from here." I said, "If anything I can preserve, I'll at least preserve my life and spend the rest of my life in prison and allow them to take my life, because they've helped me to build this life, and I'm not going to allow them to take it and no one else knows what happens." I went home, cleaned my apartment. I just came from the States, put on some brand new clothes and called my lawyer. I walked in the CID, and when the inspector saw me, he was like, "Yo, I thought you was running or hiding." I said, "See, where you been?" I said, "Home." He called his guy, and he's like, "Tell me honest, my man is hiding, you other than this." So when I looked, the inspectors, they sat me down and they were like, "Okay, we want to know where 4 Jeeps are, or we want to know what's going on." I said, "So I don't know what y'all talking about. I only come because I hear y'all looking to me and I don't want y'all to kill me." I said, "Because if y'all kill me, my blood on y'all hands. So I make sure we them pay right first." So here it is now. When I look, I had told my father what happened, because I said, if I lose my life, I don't want my family to have to be seeking for justice on a march for justice and this and that. I want them to know the truth. My father's an ex-police, like I said, and when I look, he walked into the CID. I'm like, okay, he looking out for me. So eventually they brought me in the front of him, and he was like, tell them what you told me. I was like, what I tell you? I thought that was between me and you. He said, man, look, they really ain't interested in you. They want to know who you've been working with, who stole these Jeeps and stuff from Ford, who you've been working with. I was like, okay, that's all they want? I said, all right, my word is my word, and I told the guy that I work with if I ever got caught, I'd never call his name. Now, there was a middleman in the deal who tried to swing me. So I said, you know what I can do? This is the time I can get that middleman back. So they brought me a lineup of pictures, and I said, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, bang, that's him right there. I say, yeah, I don't know him as, I say, I call him, I know him as B. They say, man, him? So they go and pick him up, brought him into CID. He said, this is me? I say, yeah, man, this guy, he went about it, he was from, I make the transaction with, and made him a big fight in the back of CID and what's not. We ended up getting charged, and we went to prison. I came out of prison, $20,000 bail. In one weekend, 20 grand bail. My parents signed my bail. Free again. King of the streets. When they saw me, it's like they saw Jesus. He's the boss. I said, all right. I think I look for a job. I retired. This Wednesday, went downtown to an interview to, I think there was NASA Yacht Services or something like that. As I went there, because I'm a licensed diver, they're like, bro, you got the job, come to work 8 o'clock in the morning. I said, the next morning, I said, dang, I'm retired, I got a job, I ain't into that no more. But show you how cunning the devil is. He don't never ever give up. I had a friend with me who worked with me. So we're driving, my girlfriend at the time, Jeep. And there was this one car that I always was after when I got in the game. And here it was this day that this car was slipping by the hospital. I was like, man, I can't leave that. Can't leave that.
Right.
I called a friend to pick up the car. He took too long. I said, man, I gotta do it myself. Gone there, out of there. As I turned the corner, headed onto Shirley Street from by the hospital, you have to pass accident emergency. I look at my rearview mirror and there's this guy running behind the car saying, hey, stop it, that's my car. This is the first time since I've been doing this that anybody ever chased me or anything like that. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what do I do? So I'm saying, okay, he on foot, I driving. We ain't got no match. So when I get to Shirley Street light, I'm like, okay, I can straight across the light. As I reach to the light, who do you think I meet on the light? I'm telling you, I meet the police on the light. So I swing out like, okay, I can run this light. They facing this way again, this way. And I know I can drive better than them, and I know my car faster than them. Okay. But here it was, I was thinking too long. The fact that I had already pulled out and they see that, hey, this dude prepared to run this light, they knew I was up to something. And so they blocked the lane and I couldn't go straight ahead no more. So now the only choice I had was to go up East Street, like where the Johnson and the Goods go up, right there by East and Shirley. No, this right there on the corner as if you're going into town by Central Police Station. I said, now, if I jump out of this car, if I go anywhere over the hill, they can kill me. I ain't only gonna get catch, because they already was out for me. I just come out of jail on 20 grand bail for friendly fraud, they can kill me. So I said, okay, the only choice I have is to go into town, get into a crowd of people, and try and get away. So I turned to Central Police Station corner, jumped out of the car in front of Central Police Station, ran into town, ran out by the cruise ships. I always wore 2 sets of clothes. Went in there, changed my clothes, came out, passed some officers, and it was like, hey, you won't see nobody? I said, I ain't see nobody. So when I left, the officers said, stop him. So they came me back up in the bathroom, they searched in the bathroom, they like, I see clothes right here, Mike. Well, I looked, this guy pulled this gun to my hand, and I was like, so, I know your son, we've been to school together, man. So when I said that to him, he was like, hold on, okay, that means if I kill him, then, I can see it a little bad or something like that. And I had to put a little guilt trip on him. So because I was running, where I ran with the car from Central Station, they was like, dude, I ain't running all my years on the force like you make me run today, but so they left me from out there to the police station. So when I go to the police station, I have an uncle that works at the station now. This dude that knocked me inside, beating me up in the station. So all the police are like, yeah, we really have to do